Trigger warning, this video will mention suicidal thoughts, which may disturb some people, so you have been warned. Hey everyone, in this video, we're gonna talk about chronic illnesses. Specifically, journeys, misdiagnoses, and medical gaslighting. First, let me explain a term so you get the proper information. Medical gaslighting is when healthcare professionals ignore or invalidate your concerns. So, let's tell my story first. It all started in October. I found out I need to get my gallbladder out. But I had to wait until November 6th. Then it was the day of surgery, but I was having a panic attack when I went under the anesthesia, so I was tense. But I healed fine, or so I thought. On November 20th, my final day of recovery, we went into Walmart at 5 p.m., and that's when it happened. I got my first attack. I got very dizzy the moment I stepped in the store. The moment I stepped in the store, it kind of is a blur. My lips turned blue, and I had to sit down. My hands curled in, and I was thinking I was gonna die. I was scared shitless. My heart rate was 180 plus, according to the nurses from the ambulance. I was then rushed to the ER. To pretty much sum it up, I was given Ativan, and that was a miracle med, I'll say that. But it didn't end there. I was in the ER the next 4 days, and they kept fucking telling me it was anxiety. No, I don't think it was. After finally a 2-night stay in the hospital, I finally got diagnosed with POTS. I'll also say I'm lucky. I got diagnosed in just a week. Others are not as lucky as I am. It takes years to get a proper medical diagnosis. What sucks even more is I said it was probably POTS since my second attack. But I got shut down, but guess what? I was right. But getting my meds right was even worse. I was first taking a heart pill 3 times a day, and it really didn't help. I was then put on 25 milligrams of metoprolol. Helped, but it was not high enough dose. I was then put on 50 milligrams, and that did it. But I'd have horrible headaches and make a monthly trip to the ER for a high heart rate. I told my psychiatrist how Ativan not only keeps my heart rate calm, but it soothes my headaches, and it kind of just keeps me chill. I have anxiety as well. So now I take 1 milligram of the extended release Ativan, or Larive, and I haven't been to the ER in months. But having a chronic illness has its darkness, and that's being trapped in a prison. I haven't left my house in almost a year, except to go to doctor's appointments or to the ER. I got really depressed, and my therapist only made it 10 times worse. That's a story for another day, though. I got extremely suicidal, and I told my mom to monitor my pills so I don't do something stupid. Because being trapped in your own body sucks. Wanting normalcy, but even people who don't have a chronic illness get gaslit. For example, here's a story from Elizabeth. She does have POTS, but this wasn't related to POTS. My brief story is not POTS related, but more on reproductive health. I was scheduled for fibroid cyst removal as well as an endometriosis sweep. About 4 weeks before my surgery, I had severe pain and nausea and vomiting and bleeding. All things that point to a ruptured cyst, which I've had before. I got to the ER. They asked the typical questions. When they asked if I drink, I said, yeah, I had a drink the night before to try to ease the pain a little. They did a CT scan and kept me for 4 days on a constant IV. The CT scan said my pelvic area was fine and I need to be held for a detox. The day I got out, the nurses told me I didn't show any signs of needing to be there for a detox. I said I came in for a ruptured cyst and never got examined for why I came in the first place. Right when I got home, I called my surgeon, who ordered me to come in for an ultrasound. My cyst had indeed ruptured, releasing toxic crud into my body and made me feel sick and throw off my blood levels, and my fibroid had started to detach and change positions. Anyways, I hope you all learn you ain't alone in this shit. It's fucking shitty, I know. And stay quirky.